There we go. Good to see you, buddy.
Good to see you too, man. Definitely.
It's still hot in here.
Dude, yeah. Listen, this is the second. I did a podcast earlier today where it was definitely hot in the studio as well. So it's just been a day of heat.
I know. Well, but then I'll go and spend money here, and then like 3 weeks from now it'll cool off anyways.
Yeah, I'm sure. Probably.
But then again, he's the one that has the air conditioner put on when it's like December.
Oh, definitely, absolutely, yes.
You had an announcement this past week, the Founders War Room.
Yeah.
So I know you've been talking so much about it recently, but now that you're here, let's talk about it.
So to take a step back, so my main business for years has been a lawyer, right? And a lot of what I've done over the years has been consulting / advising, couched as a lawyer. And I've had a lot of clients over the past probably year to 2 years really ask me if I'd be willing to do that consulting or coaching, or not even really coaching, but consulting / advising of their company, not from the legal perspective, but more from help me run my operations, help me fix my problems, help me deal with leadership issues. And I finally feel like I'm at a point where the firm is at a good spot where I can back away a little bit, still do work for the clients I do work for, but then build out this whole strategic advisory practice, which is going to be outside of the firm. The Founders War Room is this email list I started, which is also there's a Facebook group, and I'm building this out a little bit more. So it's really, I'm sending weekly emails about just tactical things, not legal stuff, but tactical tips business owners and founders can use to help move the needle in their business. Short, bite-sized pieces of information, just because I've subscribed to tons of emails over the years, and some good, most bad, because there's too much stuff. This is like, hey, every Monday, you're getting some tactical advice you can take into the week to help move the needle. That's all this is about. And then, yes, if someone wants to schedule a call with me, they can, talk about the service, but it's really about just providing value to people. Then I want to eventually create this community called the Founders War Room, where you bring founders together and help them actually solve their problems. It stemmed from the boardroom prep we started doing in the office, which is taken off. Like we have one tomorrow morning. We had to open a second one for this month just because so many people want to come.
Right.
So it's morphing into we're going to probably host a live workshop in the fall. It's going to be a paid workshop. So it's going to be, but it's really going to be focusing on, really 4 key areas: your people, your processes, your purpose in your business, and your profitability. It's really the 4 P's of a business, and really breaking it down for like a full day workshop. So I'm excited about it. It's definitely something. It's a passion of mine to really, because I've sold my own companies. I've run my own companies. I grew my firm from 0 to multiple 7 figures in a few years. So it's now I get to take what I know and what I've done and translate it and transfer it to other people's businesses and help them grow.
Yeah, it's since I've known you, I've always seen the consulting work you've done as well too, and as part of sometimes as part of a law client, or maybe outside, and when we hash it out all the time, it comes back to the same thing. It's really there's so much noise in the marketplace, and people searching for answers. But they're confronted with the same idea, just worded differently at 20 different places. And to get strategic, drilled down, not even advice, I mean, a strategy, things nuggets that they can sit on and dwell on and actually use. It's hard to find it. It's hard to find it.
I agree. And again, you know me, I hate to say anything about myself, but I think one gift I've been given is I have the ability to cut through the shit quickly, and I know how to ask the right questions. Most people don't get the advice they need because people are giving them the advice they are used to giving people. They build a platform, they have a thing they do, and they find a way to take that problem and fit it into their solution.
Correct.
Where to me, it's like, I got to find the problem to solve. I not fit your problem into my solution. And that's what a lot of people I've watched over the years they kind of do this type of stuff. They have a framework, right? And this is my solution I give to everybody. And I'm going to take your problem and somehow morph it into, I have the solution. To me, like, I don't have the solution until I know what the problem is. So I have to dissect the owner or the founder and figure out what is the actual problem that's going on. And that's asking the tough questions, asking the questions that may make a person very, very uncomfortable. But if they are willing to go through that process, I'll guarantee them that they're gonna make improvements. They're gonna move the needle, but they've got to be willing to face the reality of the situation. Most people aren't.
Yeah, it's and I know it makes many people uncomfortable, but it's almost, you take a physician and you go there because you're not feeling well.
Right.
The fact finding is everything. That's got to be at the top of the process to determine what exactly is going on.
Yeah.
But that's a skill set.
Yeah.
Fact finding is a skill set.
It is
genuine fact finding.
Yeah. Because you have to go into it with a open mind. Like I don't have I have a set of tools I use, right? But I don't have a standard, here's my 10 solutions to every problem. I'm really good at finding problems and really good at coming up with a solution to the problem I found. Most times when I've dealt with clients over the years, they come to me with the problem. That's not even the real problem once I dig in. It's much bigger or much different than that. And that's always been my skill set. So now it's like, okay, I feel comfortable enough where I can let go of the wheel a little bit in the firm to really start building this out. Because I think this will allow me to have a larger impact and really help more people. Because there's only so much you can do as a lawyer, right? I'm bound by certain ethical rules and just certain things we have to deal with. This allows me to help such a wider audience. And that's truly what it's about. I just want to help people. If I can see the problem in their business, help them fix it, why wouldn't I do that?
Do you think that the idea when someone starts a business and they have some success and they start to grow, what do you think's heavier? The idea that they have a fuzzy vision, or do you think it is the weight of the amount being thrown at them at one time, the organizational part of it?
I think it could be both. I think there's a lot of the weight is heavy, right? When you get to a certain level in a business, then everything starts to happen. And that's probably the bigger piece of it, I think, because if I just look at my own journey, the businesses I've been in, like once you kind of get to a certain level, the weight gets very, very heavy. And it's sometimes hard to deal with, hard to manage, but because you may not be, sometimes you're too close to it and you don't really see how heavy it is or what you're carrying. And then sometimes it takes somebody like a third party to look at and say, okay, let me help you carry this weight. Let me help you shift things around so it's not as heavy. But I think that's where people get caught up with. They don't realize how heavy it's going to be. It's a process and it's a burden to carry as a business owner, especially once you get to a level like that.
Do you think a lot of business owners are guarded in a way that they're maybe hesitant to open up the way they probably need to get to the core of it?
Yeah, I do. I do think there is a level of I don't want to say guarded. There's a level of lack of vulnerability they may have.
Okay.
Because people view vulnerability as a weakness. To me, it's like, no, like let's get to the issue. I want, and that's another reason why I feel like I've been pulled into this, because I can't tell you how many times for the past 6 months where I've spoken to clients and they tend to tell me a lot of things like personal problems, and they've just gotten comfortable speaking to me just because of my demeanor and the way I approach things. So I'm realizing, okay, if they're willing to do that now without this formal relationship, I could get them to open up a lot more and actually help them solve and fix what's going on. So that's really what's also pulled me in that direction, because I do have the heart of a teacher. I feel like I can be a therapist, I would say. And I just listen to people. Like I was taught at a very young age as a lawyer to just listen more than you speak. And that's the best piece of advice I ever got, because most people listen to respond. You got to listen to understand. If you listen to understand, you can solve a lot of problems.
Certainly. Let me ask you this. When you, I put you on the spot. When you started your business, did you go through a process of maybe seeking out help or seeking out good words or advice or strategies and so forth?
Always.
Yeah, I kind of thought so.
Yeah.
So were you underwhelmed often?
So I don't want to say underwhelmed. There wasn't anything I found that was like, I didn't realize that. Most of the stuff was common sense. It's just what helped me, not that I was underwhelmed or overwhelmed. I always found the information when I needed it. It's, you know what I mean? Like when you go on a path, you're like, I don't really know which way to go. Then somehow it becomes clear. And it was right in front of you the whole time.
Right.
But I didn't see it. So sometimes seeking out those people and that information, the information, the substance wasn't anything, but it was just the awakening that happened that made me realize I knew this all along. I just needed someone else to tell me. And sometimes that's what it was. And that's what would move the needle.
I think that's huge.
Yeah.
I think that's where, and maybe vulnerable is not the word, but it could be, to get out of that fear of sharing troubles or issues you're having. You get out of that and you seek that help. You seek the guidance. That's where the magic's at. But you gotta,
you've got to get past the ego. If you can get truly, you have
that's
to.
right.
As a business owner, because look, if you're an entrepreneur, you're starting a business, you have some level of ego. We all do, right?
Of course.
I mean, but if you get past that, put that aside, say, you know what, I need help. Something's broken that I can't see or I can't fix. There are people out there that may be able to help. Granted, you got to be willing to pay for it and understand there's a cost to that. But like the way I'm building my model, it's not going to be cheap. But I'm willing to what I'm doing is, hey, once I get to that price level, you pay half the fee up front. You only pay the other half if you got value from this.
Right.
Like I'm willing to bet my skill set on half of the fee, which could be substantial. Because then that's on me. Like I have to make it valuable. But I know if someone's going to be open and honest and vulnerable with me, I will give them a 10 to 20x return on the money they spend.
Right.
In buyback of lost time or profitability. Absolutely.
Yeah,
I know
the proof's in the pudding.
Absolutely. I mean, I've done it with my own businesses that I've had over the years.
Let me ask you this. This is where I wanted to turn to, if we could. Let's talk a little bit about burnout.
Okay.
Especially for entrepreneurs.
Okay.
Because I think it's anyone that's actually been an entrepreneur for any period of time has probably gone through multiple periods of burnouts. When you have felt burnout throughout your career, what are some strategies you use to push through?
Well, the first thing is you got to recognize what burnout is. Most people don't even recognize it. And I think you have to take an assessment of your life and yourself and know yourself well enough to say, is this burnout or am I just bored? Because there's been times where I felt burnout. I was just uninspired.
That's a heavy question.
It's a very heavy question because there have been many times where I'm like, I think I'm just burnout. It's like, no, I'm just uninspired by what I'm doing. I'm not burnout. Like I have the energy to do shit. I'm just uninspired to do it. That's not burnout. That's just needing a different direction.
Right.
And that's where I felt like I was getting at a certain point. That's why this strategic advising just kind of came at the right time. Not that I was uninspired, but I was feeling the burnout that was teetering on. Is it burnout or am I just uninspired by what I'm doing? Then this came in and now it's like, okay, let's go. Like I've already built out so many pieces. Like I'm getting the website developers, all these things coming into play right now. So, and I have a bunch of calls set up already with potential clients. So it's the reaction has been great. But when you understand what burnout is and you have it, you've got to figure out how do you reset. Everybody resets differently.
Yeah, that burnout word can be a trap.
Yeah, absolutely, it can be.
It can be a trap.
Yeah,
to find it to basically, it can be used as an excuse.
Yes. Well, yes, that is exactly right. So yes, it can be used as an excuse for lack of results. Well, I didn't get the results. That was burnout. So were you burnout or do you just not do the work? Because there's two different ball games. Burnout also too. I think burnout starts physically. And I always say, and I've learned this for the past years, and we've talked about this, when you're taking care of yourself physically and mentally, you're less inclined to get burnouts. Like I know right now, the shape I'm in mentally and physically, it's harder for me to get burnouts.
Right.
It's like I just keep going. 2 years ago when I was I was like 20 pounds heavier than I was now and just didn't feel comfortable. Yeah, I could get burnout after a week of hard work. Now it's a totally different ballgame. So I prioritize my health so much. And that's what people need to understand as entrepreneurs. If you're not prioritizing your health and well-being, like truly, how can you say you're disciplined enough to be an entrepreneur if you can't be disciplined enough to take care of yourself?
Right.
That's a big problem I see. And that, granted, there are reasons why some people are the way they are, and there may be medical reasons, but I think if people are making a conscious choice not to take care of themselves, but call themselves an entrepreneur, I don't really think they are. I think it's a different. Because if you are truly an entrepreneur, that means you're disciplined across the board.
Right.
What you do, what you say, what you think, what you eat, how you move, how you act, who you relate with. You can't be disciplined in one area. Like you have to have it across the board.
Yeah, that physical health component,
is
probably ignored by a lot of entrepreneurs.
Probably 80 and 90%, I would say.
Yeah,
I do. It's truly it's an unfortunate thing because think about it, if you're building a business, but you're not taking care of yourself, and you build this huge successful business, but you pass 20 years before you should because you were just unhealthy.
Right.
What's the point of it all?
right.
Like truly, like what is the point? Like why do that? It's just wild to me how many people don't take their health and well-being seriously. Because it's something that as a business owner and having people depend on me.
Yeah, he feels it's responsibility.
It's my responsibility.
Right.
If I'm not healthy, then that's my choice I've made, and that's a bad choice.
Yeah. I remember a musician one time, a very famous musician. I heard him greeted by someone, and they said, "Hey, you look great." And he goes, "Well, that's my job." And we didn't really get it at the time, but when you roll it back, he's got an image.
Yep.
This is his product.
Yeah,
his health, for not only for himself, but to stay in fighting shape. That was his job.
Absolutely.
People in his organization depending on him.
Yeah. Well, like we were talking about before the show, that one entrepreneur, Bedros, I can't say, I think it's Cooley on his last name, but he wrote the book Man Up, and he's all over social media. But he talks about like a fit person. He's like, when I see a fit person, it tells me a few good qualities they have. They're disciplined, they're focused, they can delay gratification, and they have grit. Like, think about it. Those are 4 things, 4 qualities. I definitely want to do business with that person.
For sure.
Because I know they're going to be they're going to be focused, they're going to be disciplined. They're not going to make stupid decisions because they can't delay because they want immediate gratification.
Right.
And they're going to do the hard work.
Right.
Those are 4 admirable qualities
to tell.
Yeah. And sometimes people don't realize that the way you appear is your calling card.
Certainly. Certainly.
And I've learned that more and more over the years. The older I get, the more I realize how important it is.
Especially as society becomes more and more complacent in attire.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. That's a whole different topic. Truly. Like when we're talking about attire, I mean, that's, I don't even know where to go with that, man, because that is definitely one of those things where I could say a lot, but I'll
so back to this venture. Is it called the Founders War Room?
That's really the email list and kind of the private Facebook group I've created. That's really a place for me to share information.
Okay.
The services, what I'm doing is strategic growth advisory. It's really just helping a company.
Got it.
I can go into a company and help them fix the problems they have and set them up for growth and success long term. I still have my legal hat on, but it's not legal services. I'm always going to be a lawyer, right? So I'm always going to look at things from a legal perspective as well, but you're getting operational guidance,
which should be extremely helpful.
Well, yeah, I mean, that's the thing. And that's what I believe, gives me a little, gives me a leg up. 1, I have an MBA and a JD. 2, I've ran and sold my own businesses over the years. Then I built a law firm from scratch, to multiple 7 figures. I've been all over the world doing business. So I have a lot of, real world experience. This is not just like learned experience through books. This is actually in the trenches, screwing up deals, making bad decisions, so I've been through the ups and downs myself. So I want to help business owners not make the same mistakes I did and just see things differently.
That humility thing keeps coming back to me because I just know the pride that so many entrepreneurs have they're the first people that want to show you all they've done.
Yeah.
They're proud of this business. They want to tell you their unique story and the whole thing. Yeah. But to also have the understanding that I'm facing issues that I might not be at that moment equipped to handle, I need to seek help. And it's a tough rub against that pride.
Yeah. But I think if an entrepreneur truly cares about their business, they'll put that aside. Because the ones that I've spoken to already are, very successful, but have realized that there are certain things that they're not good at. And they need help. Like I have a call scheduled tomorrow with someone that they're trying to build trust in the marketplace. So I pretty much know what I need to do with that one, but it's, and that's being very, very vulnerable. Like if they're running a business and saying, I'm trying to build trust in the marketplace, that's a heavy thing to talk about.
No question.
You're basically saying that you don't believe the market trusts you or your service. So how do you reestablish that or establish it? So that's what I have to dissect on. I just do a discovery call with people. Then we decide if we want to work together. Because I'm not going to take every client. This is very
sure.
This is not I'm going to take 20 clients a month. This is going to be like a couple, you know, because I want to really dive deep, and I'm investing my time in the relationship as well, because I want to really make sure I make an impact.
Yeah, there's so many components to it as well, too. I mean, especially when you consider how heavy the marketing component is with business, especially in the age of social media, the web, the whole bit, and how you're perceived by the public, or if it's a business to business seller, how you're perceived by your clients, your other business clients.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Perception is very important. And I think a lot of times people are just too close to see how the market sees them.
That's it.
That they can't see it because
so we all assume
close.
the best.
Right. We assume, we say we want it one way, and we can't figure out why it's happening that way, but our marketing is telling a whole different story. So it's like it's happening the way your marketing is lining up. So if you want it to be different, you got to change the way you're positioning your company in the marketplace.
Right.
You like myself, like it was hard for me to, you know, not handle everything that came in the door. So I had to start shifting the way I operate. I had to now say, okay, instead of responding to a client and then saying, hey, so-and-so will reach out to you. Now it's like I respond to the client, CC the person who's going to be working with them, saying, hey, so-and-so is going to work with you. They're attached to this email. I'll let you guys take it from here, and removing myself.
Just that little change.
Just buying my time back, and that's giving me back time. So it's these little things I want to work with people to help them understand that those little changes add up to huge cost savings, efficiencies, and profitability, because you don't realize how much time a business owner is wasting until they actually audit their time.
Yeah.
I mean, I did that myself, and I was like, holy shit, I was wasting, you know, maybe 10, 12 hours a week. And I started using AI to automate a lot of things. I've bought back probably with just the use of technology, probably 10 hours of my week.
Amazing.
So that's making me $5,000 every week. I've just bought back time, you know, just at my basic hourly rate for legal services. That's a $250,000 of money I made just by making a couple changes in technology.
Business owners oftentimes afraid to let go, huh?
Yeah. I was afraid to let go, because we always think the problem with business, we think we know how to do it the best, the fastest, and the most efficient. And that may be true up to an extent, but no one's going to do it faster or better unless we let them. And we have to sometimes let them mess up a couple times, because eventually they'll get there. And that's what I'm realizing now. So I'm just starting to let go of a lot more things and letting my team handle it, and just saying, okay, I don't need to be involved in everything. You guys let me know when you need me. And it's been a very freeing feeling. It's definitely uncertain at first, but once you get to that point, it's because now I'm more creative. Like I have this part of my brain that's now free to create, because I'm not worried about these little details anymore.
Yeah. Right. It's the mechanics of
transformative.
Yeah, absolutely.
Definitely.
It's all that phrase, you got to let go to grow. I mean, there's a lot to it.
That is a very true statement. You have to. You absolutely have to.
Yeah. That was, for me, that was the toughest thing. I mean, I think we shared it many times. That was a lot of mistakes made, but probably the biggest mistake is not being willing to let go of the things that were not really making me money, and focus on what I'm best at.
Yeah. I mean, I always use the quadrants, the important, urgent, important, not urgent, urgent, not important, not urgent. And I should only work in the one quadrant. It's important and urgent. That's it. Everything else I should delegate, not do, pay somebody else to do. Like, there's so many different things. And that's how I look at everything I do in my day. Is it in that quadrant?
Yeah. That simple exercise there, I think probably most business owners don't practice.
No.
It's a simple exercise.
It really is. And you have to really ask yourself, everything I do should be doing really one of two things: either making the business more money or making the business more efficient.
Right.
Like, I should use my brain for those two things.
Right.
I'm growing the business, or I'm making the business more profitable. That's where my time should be.
Right.
Everything else I should be, like admin stuff, tactical things that I don't really need my expertise, I should be delegating to someone else.
Yeah. And that's the struggle when you have an entrepreneur who starts it from the beginning. as you did.
Right. Yes.
Day one, you're wearing all these hats.
Yeah.
You know, if you come into a organization and you have a defined role,
yeah,
it's not your business. You know your place.
Yeah, exactly. Yes.
But here you think your place in the beginning is everything.
Because it is.
Uh-huh.
Until you have more people, then you have to slowly let go of stuff. And I would encourage people not to rip the Band-Aid off, because what that'll do, what I've seen, when people try and rip the Band-Aid off, say, oh, just let go of everything. Okay, cool, great in theory. When it happens, something will ultimately get messed up. And then entrepreneurs are also very reactionary, where if I let a bunch of stuff go and then the shit hits the fan, I'm like, I'm just gonna do it myself now. Take it back. So it's a slow process. It's almost like stacking things you're letting go. Let go of one, test it for a week or two. Any issues? No. Okay, cool. That's a good process now.
Right.
What's the thing you can stack on top of that? If you do it that way, the end of a 3-month period, you'll be in way better shape than if I just let go of the 10 things I should be doing on day one, because 5 of those will get fucked up. Then I'm gonna be like, you know what? No one else can do it. I gotta do it. Yeah, and I've done that. I've been that person in the past where I'll let something go. It's human nature. You let something go, and then the shit hits the fan on one thing. I'm like, you know what? I'm bringing it all back in. And I just start doing it all myself. And that's not a way to help your people grow. That's not a way to allow yourself to grow. You'll get stuck in where you are.
And that can lead to burnout. Trying to hold on to every little bit of control. Does it come down to control often?
Yes, it absolutely
does. Or trust, you think?
I think a component of both, right? So it's control and trust. And to me, like I trust my team. Like it's not about trust. It's just I have a problem with control. I like things done my way. And I'm learning that my way isn't always the right way. And I have to let people step into their way of doing things. So once I got comfortable with that, it made it a lot easier. But for me, it was control. Other people, it's trust. Other people, it's both. You know, it really depends. But yeah, coming back to your point, like the burnout comes in those situations from just it's mental burnout. Like your brain is all over the place. You know, if you're not letting go of stuff. So take a day before I let go of things. My brain is in probably 50 different mindsets, from, oh shit, payroll's due. Oh shit, I got to call this person back for benefits. Oh, these 3 clients called me. This piece of work needs done. I got to respond to this email. I got to make sure this person did this. Like, think about how your brain is bouncing around. Now it's like I just focus where I need to focus. And I can block off hunks of time in my calendar as, you know, I call it MP time, managing partner time. That's just my time to just be creative and do my shit, because everything else is being handled. But I had to get to that point. And it's a hard road to get to, but once you get there, it is the most freeing feeling.
Oh yeah. And I can't imagine how many entrepreneurs out there that would love to be in that position.
Yeah.
Like, how do I get there?
Yeah.
I'm sure it seems overwhelming to a lot of people.
It is. And I tell people it's going to seem overwhelming until you look at what is the next thing you can do. Like, just do the next thing, like fix the next problem. You don't got to fix every problem. What is the most pressing problem to fix, and just address that, and then move that out of the way, and then take the next step. It's people get overwhelmed, both personally and professionally, when they look at all the things that are happening, all the things that need to fix, and they want to do it all at once. It's like, okay, well, it's not physically possible. So what is the next thing you can do? And just focus on that. When people truly do that, I believe that's when it becomes a game changer, because now you're slowly moving the ball down the field.
Right.
You know, if you're sitting there, you know, using a football analogy, if you're sitting here behind the line, you're looking at all this stuff out there, the whole defense, you're like, oh shit, what do I do? All your goal is to get and just move the ball. Just focus on, don't look out there. Don't look at all these people, just move the ball. And if you start just moving the ball, eventually things have a way of working themselves out.
Yeah, it's 100%. And it's a hard lesson.
It is.
It's rewarding once you get it.
Yeah, some people never get it. That's the thing. Some people never understand that, right? They never understand that it's truly just about moving the ball. I don't have to throw a 50-yard pass every time. It could be a 2-yard run. But as long as I'm not moving backwards,
right?
As long as I'm moving the ball down the field, and in the part of letting go of control is where I had to realize I don't have to be the quarterback.
Right.
As long as my team's moving downfield, I can be the lineman. I can be the running back. I can be the wide receiver. I can be anyone on the team. Let somebody else have the ball, as long as the ball itself is moving downfield.
Correct.
And that's a mental framework shift as an entrepreneur you have to go through. If you're going to get past you being the leader to lead the charge and letting your organization or your business grow and lead the charge, you have to come away from, I don't have to be the quarterback.
Right.
I can be the coach.
Right.
Let someone else carry the ball.
Right.
As long as we're going
and that's real
making
growth.
forward progress.
That's real growth.
That is real growth. Not many people get there.
Point.
Yeah, it's a hard place to get to, because it takes a level of self-reflection that is unlike any other self-reflection you'll have to do.
Yeah, for sure.
Because you build something that's like your baby. Then you're like, I let somebody else watch my baby, carry my baby, and just trust trust that they'll do the right thing. Not give them necessarily all the instructions, just say, hey, you've been watching me, like, do your thing.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh shit, like this is a different I got to make sure that this is happening. So it's scary, but it's also, like you said, rewarding when it's done.
For sure. And the name of the business again is be a branch. It's gonna be branch. Is it the Cozza Corporation?
So it's the Cozza company. It's a separate company. I have that's
right.
The company, but it's really just myself, strategic advising.
Okay,
that's really what it's going to be. It's going to be, and like I said, very selective with who I work with. It's not for everybody.
And the group is called the Founders War Room.
The Founders War Room.
How'd you settle on that name?
So I was toying around.
When you hear founder, Rocco, what does that mean to you?
That means you put it on the line. Like when I hear someone's a founder, that means they had the sleepless nights. They risked the thing. They walked away from the comfort. Because to be, you can be a business owner, but being a founder is like, that was a baby you made from inception. It was an idea you turned into something, and you put a lot on the line. I literally did that. No one in my family was a lawyer, and I never knew how to start a law firm. Like, how am I going to start a law firm? Like, cool. I'm going to found a law firm. No idea how to do it. Just let me figure it out. So you put a lot on the line. I just walked away from corporate America, from a paycheck, from benefits, to just figure it out. So to me, founder, that term, like, it resonates, because you can be an entrepreneur. You may have, maybe work in an entrepreneurial environment or bought a business, but a founder is someone who truly took an idea from inception to actual fruition. So that's kind of where that, in the war room is like, it's not fluff. Like, this is like, you're going to come here to get clarity.
Yeah, I love that.
This is going to be like the email is called the War Room Brief. It goes out every Monday. It's tactical shit. It's not, hey, here's 3 ways to motivate yourself.
Have a positive outlook today.
Yeah, it's like, hey, do your affirmations. It's like, no, like, if you're stuck, here's a decision-making framework. Do these 3 things. Ask yourself these 3 hard questions. And then here's what you do with the answers. Like, that's the type of stuff it is. It's not, look at yourself and say you're,
substance.
You're good enough, smart enough, and doggone it, people like you.
What's that guy's name?
Stuart
Handy or something?
Jack Handy. That was Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy. Stuart something. He was on the Saturday Night Live guy. It was, I'm good enough and smart enough, and doggone it, people like me.
Did he have a last name?
Stuart Small. No, I can't remember, but I'll figure it out. But it's
on your way.
That's not what it's going to be about. It's really, I want it to be tactical. It's stuff that I've dealt with. It's stuff from the trenches. Really, like, if you,
well, it's impactful.
That's and it's bite sized. It's not going to be a 10-page email with. It's like, hey, here's the structure. Like, dealing with this. Here's a way to handle it. Here's some action items. Do this. See you next week. Like, that's what it's about. Because I want people to take action with the advice I'm giving them. Because if they do it, they may not be the problem they're dealing with that week, but eventually there's going to be one of those emails going to hit something with someone.
Oh, for sure.
That's what I'm trying to do, is make an impact. It's fun too.
And business owners out there can contact you to get on that list. How?
They can just go to founderswarroom.com and sign up to the email list.
Simple as that.
Simple as that.
Founderswarroom.com.
Yep, founderswarroom.com.
And is it when's it starting exactly?
The first email went out this Monday, so I already missed the first one. So
I missed the first one.
Yeah, well, you gotta get on that list, man.
I'm on it. That's
every Monday. Every Monday.
For sure.
So,
all right, partner.
Yeah, awesome, man. This was good.
All right, hopefully not as hot next week, but
yeah, I mean,
that thing's on full blast, too. I assure you, I'm not trying to sweat him out of here.
DA shirts are very good. I love them. I wore a thicker one today. I don't know why. I don't know why I chose to wear this one today. So I had another podcast.
He had his seasons mixed up.
I did have my seasons mixed up. So I'm definitely, but I probably lost 10 pounds today just sweating. So
there's that. All right, partner. Good seeing you.
You too, man.
Until next week.
Absolutely.
We're out.